Starter Players with Brian Buschini here.
Brian,
Hey, how's it going? Good, how are you?
Good.
Hey.
Brian, how you doing?
Good, you?
I'm good.
What's up, Steve? How you doing?
Hi.
I know you're always working on your craft. What's a particular focus for you right now? Or
Yeah, everything pretty much. But working kickoffs right now, it's really important for me to get back into the game shape with those. I did those my freshman year at Montana and didn't do them last year, so I just need to continue to refine my plant foot, kind of the depth of where it's at. And then also on my punts, on my drop, it's been turning a little bit lately, so I've been really hitting those hard, walking up and down the dorm halls doing my drops at night, so that's been good.
is kickoff something you've wanted to do since you got here?
Yeah, last year I really didn't focus on that too much. Brendan Frankie was our kickoff guy last year, and he has a massive leg. So I got here, I saw him hit some kickoffs, and I was like, wow, that's really good. So I'm going to let you do that, and I'll just keep punting. But this year for sure is something I want to bring into my kind of repertoire, my tool bag, and I'm super excited to have the opportunity to work on that along with Tristan and Timmy. And Coach Foley's been giving me a ton of tips on that, so I'm just really excited to see what we can do this season.
You can do something like that with an eye toward professional football and kind of being able to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, for sure. It just makes you more marketable. The ability to kick off is something that not all punters coming out of college have, and so I'm very aware that if I'm able to do that, it might set me above someone else who's maybe a comparable level of punting. But first and foremost, I'm here working to be the best kickoff man I can be for Coach Rule and our team this year.
As a punter, is there a statistical mark in some way you're looking to hit in that punting or whatever?
Yeah, this summer I went across and worked with a bunch of different kicking coaches, and I kind of learned that numbers kind of are really situational and circumstantial based. Some punter might have twice as many pooch punts, like inside the 20 punts, as another guy, so you have less opportunity just to rip long punts down the field. So obviously you want to have net punt. My goal is over 42 yards, and in gross punt I want to break the school record if I can, 46.57 I believe, but I want to just do what I can to help our team. If I get put out there at 100 pooch punts and 0 long punts this season, then that's perfectly fine by me. I just want to do what I can to help the team. But yeah, obviously there's players around the country who all have different coaches and they have different ways of doing things. Some coaches go for it on fourth down more than others. So it's all situational based, but there are certain marks, like you should be able to get above 40 net punt, above 44 gross average usually if you're one of the elite guys. Yeah, I think even today there was a situation we were running situations and I wasn't completely locked in on what down it was, and I could have done something differently on a field goal, but just being able to go out there and show the guys maybe some of the mistakes I made early on and how to avoid those. I just remember when I was a younger kid how much I looked up to the older guys, and I just want to keep that perspective in mind because there's a lot of things off the field that these kids are going through right now that everyone on the outside kind of just sees them for their play, but they're still people, they still have lives, and so if I can mentor some kids off the field, maybe pick them up when they're down, if they're homesick, help them through that. That's something that I struggled with, and I really want others to maybe push through that, and I hope that I can help them with that a little bit.
Are you the holder too?
Yep, yeah, I'm working holding really hard. It's really important for punters to be able to hold, especially at a high level, so I can give Timmy and Tristan a fair shot at every field goal that they have to attempt.
What do you see out of those guys? Not asking you to break down the competition, but just like their mentality this week.
Yeah, it's a really awesome competition, honestly. There's no bitterness. There's no one kid makes it, the other one's sitting back there hoping the other one misses. We're both cheering each other on. They're brothers. And I really am impressed with both of them. They've come out here and they've done really well in camp so far. They've worked really hard this summer and it's showed off. And we're kicking on grass, we're kicking on turf. We're doing all sorts of different training for all the different types of surfaces we'll play on, and they've handled that really well. Tristan's done a really good job of coming into college and stepping up right away, and it's really hard as a freshman to be all the way there mentally and have the confidence, but he's done a great job with that. And Timmy's just a smooth, steady veteran who's been doing this a long time, and he doesn't get fazed by much, so it's been really good so far, and I'm excited to see how it plays out the rest of fall camp.
As guys, as personality-wise, how similar or how different are those to Timmy and Tristan?
Oh man, they are very far. The age gap is like 6 years, I think, so they're not too similar. I mean, we're all hanging out during fall camp and we're all kind of doing the same thing, so it's kind of hard to get a read on what they do off the field. But throughout the summer, we all hung out together, went golfing, did fun things like that. And so I would say they both have a drive to be really successful at kicking, which is the most important thing to me. At the end of the day, that's why we're here. We're playing Nebraska football. But yeah, Tristan's a little more of a young buck, so you can tell that he hangs around his freshman friends a lot. And Timmy's in with a lot of the older guys on the team. So it's a really good room that we have right now with Marco and Timmy. I call them the senior citizens of the room. And Tristan's a young kid, and he's just getting brought up. So it's been really fun.
How's the like the overall grind of camp? I know that there's maybe some things you don't go through that some of the linemen do, but I'm guessing you have a vantage point as to what this camp's like, maybe compared to the previous coaching staff and the previous school you were at. What have you kind of seen in terms of the grind?
Yeah, it's definitely a grind. Staying in the dorms, you're kind of here all day, every day for weeks, but it sets ourselves apart. It's something that we can take pride in. At the end of the day, when we line up versus opponent, you know that you did more to earn the win than someone else did, and you put in more work than someone else did. And that's something that I really like, and I really love it. I love how hard it is. I love coming here every day, sitting in meetings till 10 o'clock at night, because I know at the end of the day, it's what it takes to win, and that's what it takes to win in the Big Ten Conference when the margins for error are so small. It'd be a shame if we got 5 months from now and we weren't where we were record-wise, and you could look back and be like, man, I wish I would have worked harder then. That would be too late. So we are taking every measure right now to put our best step forward in terms of effort, and I really appreciate that, and I'm really excited to see what we can do this year.
Do you sense that the team's working harder than it has in the past? I mean, we're on the team last year. So.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone's really bought in, and I'm really proud of a lot of the leaders on the team who've stepped up. There's ups and downs. We're all human. There's days where it's hot and it's long, and those have been the awesome times where leaders like Jeff and MJ and Isaac, I can go on, but those guys are stepping up and they're pushing everyone else to be the best that they can, vocally, but also by the way that they run their practice and by the effort that they give. It really is inspiring to other guys.
You maybe answered this. Sorry, take a different direction if you want, but how excited are you to be able to be healthy and fun?
Yes.
This season, it was one thing after another.
Yeah, it was. Last season was tough injury-wise, but I'm really excited to be healthy, and I'm down 15 pounds as well, so I feel a lot more explosive than I did last year, and that's just a complete credit to Coach Campbell and Coach Christian for all of the work that they've done for us. Coach Christian's the best nutritionist in the country. We have the largest nutrition staff in the country. They are constantly harping on us about the things that we need to do to get back and healthy and ready to go. Hydration, eating healthy, eating vegetables, taking all of our vitamins. And then Coach Campbell, obviously, with all the running, all the lifting, but also the mobility piece has been huge. I know the guys have talked about that before. And the focus on injury prevention has been enormous. And that's something that I've already seen with other guys, but I can feel it with myself. I mean, I hear it all the time. Guys are talking about how good they feel. This is the best they've felt playing football in a long time. And I can say the same for myself, certainly.
I feel like you're in a better position to avoid the kind of, because the stuff that happened to you last year was was in games, right? I mean, it was running
Yep.
after a run.
Yeah.
Just to avoid that.
Yeah, for sure. I sprained my ankle 3 times last season on my plant foot, and so this summer I worked a lot of ankle mobility movement, and that's simply just like walking on my ankle sideways and stretching them out. There's all sorts of things that I can do for that. Coach Hobbs is a certified physical therapist, so he was working with me during lifting this summer to work on a lot of things like that, prehab-wise, and so I feel better than I ever have right now. My shin splints are completely gone. Everything is rocking and rolling. So knock on wood, it stays that way, but I'm sure it will.
Good. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, we'll
See
see
you
you
around.